Hey, what's up everyone? I'm Colby from Sanitarium Productions. We're back again with another board game unboxing. In this episode, we're taking a look at the brand new, well, new as of the filming of this, is Masters of the Universe, the board game, Clash for Eternia. This is from Simon. Yeah, I guess that's how you say it. Simon, come on. Don't know. Simon, we'll go with that for right now. This is Simon, Power System, Mattel Games, a game by Michael Chenal and Leo Almeida. I don't know how to pronounce that name, but however you pronounce it, it's awesome because it's Masters of the Universe. So this came out on Kickstarter about a year ago, and it finally has delivered. It showed up a couple of weeks ago, just now getting it onto the table, so it was brand new as of, what is today? Today is May the 4th. May the 4th be with you, if you haven't heard that a billion times. But who knows what day it'll be when you actually get around to watching this. Kind of like me when I'm actually recording them. Never know when I'm going to get to them, but I'll get to them eventually, so hopefully you will get to the video as well. Anyways, I'm rambling a little bit. Masters of the Universe, the board game, Clash for Eternia. It did come out on Kickstarter. I did a preview unboxing where we looked at all the stuff that came in the entire box, big box stuff. And today we're actually going to look at one of the individual pieces here. So this is just the base game for Clash for Eternia. Base game. So we're going to take and unbox this thing today, take a look at all the components, and the other things are coming down the pipeline, so I'll try to film these as close to back as possible. Depending on schedules and everything else like that, I don't know when they'll be released, but they'll be released one after the other. So depending on what order you're watching this one, this is the base game, so this is the one to start with. This one is not going to be a Kickstarter exclusive. It's supposed to come out in retail, so if you're interested, you may be able to get this one at your friendly local gaming store. So be looking for that because it should be pretty awesome. Comes in a beautiful looking box here. It has really nice artwork on the front. I don't know how well this shows up on the screen or not, but it really is really nice artwork here. We're going to flip this thing over and look at all the sides here. So this side, I guess we can probably do it this way, has similar artwork from the front, and we're just going to kind of rotate this around here. Same kind of artwork on the top, on the side, and on the bottom. So nothing really new on this, except for the fact that this camera light just fell down. So let me stick that back up there and hope it will actually stay. I may have to tighten this down. You never know what's going to happen around here. So that's adjusted. Hopefully it'll be where it needs to stay. Yeah, so all of the different versions, not versions, but the different expansions and stuff like that have different artwork on them. Some of them have this kind of really weird, or not weird, but really cool looking kind of glossy, almost foil kind of thing going on. But this one's just kind of regular. So, but I love the artwork on this. Flipping it over to the back. This is where it gets interesting, where it shows us everything that's included in here. So, Simon Global Limited, Simon.com, Mattel Games, here's QR codes, Clash for Eternia barcode here, MTU001. It includes 34 plastic models, 7 heroic warriors, 7 evil warriors, 8 heroic minions, 2 heroic elite minions, 8 evil minions, 2 evil elite minions, excuse me, 50 power cubes, 12 dice, 3 plastic bases, 4 player dashboards, 1 controller dashboard, 1 battlefield board, 1 tracker board, 13 overlays, 152 cards, 70 tokens, 1 rulebook, and 1 scenario book. Very cool. I'm going to read this spice text up here. In the struggle for Eternia, the forces of evil strive to conquer the land, while the forces of good vow to defend it. Wield the power as He-Man and the heroic warriors, or seize it as the evil warriors to conquer Eternia. Master unique skills to develop your warrior and fight for the fate of the universe. Masters of the Universe, the board game, Clash for Eternia, is a competitive one versus many or fully cooperative action-driven board game. Choose to play as the heroic or evil warriors, use unique abilities on the battlefield, upgrade skills, and by the power of Grayskull, win the fight for Eternia. Very, very cool looking here. Shows us a picture of all of the characters included in here. So we've got He-Man, Man-at-Arms, Teela, Orko, Stratus, Ram-Man, 2 Royal Guards, 8 Eternian Guards, He-Man on Battle-Cat, and then the bad guy side we've got Skeletor, Trapjaw, Evil Lyn, Beastman, Merman, Triclops, 2 Shadow Beasts, 8 Hover Robots, and Skeletor on Panther. When good and evil clash, which side will you choose? Very, very cool. I'm really excited about this. I love He-Man. I love Masters of the Universe. If any of y'all have been on the channel for a while, you've seen some of my past videos for some of the Masters of the Universe stuff. So, yeah, I really like this stuff. This is for 1 to 5 players, 14 and up, and it's supposed to take about an hour for a game. 2022 copyright. Yeah. I'm digging this thing here. So, we're going to go ahead and just dive into this thing and see what all the components look like and everything like that. So, to start that off, we're going to take our X-Acto knife here, pop it in on the shrink wrap, slice it like this right here, and then rip off all the plastic. Very, very cool looking. Now that it's out of the shrink wrap here, I can see there is some nice, like, shiny, slick, I don't know what you want to call it, but this stuff is pretty cool. The border around the artwork looks really nice. Very cool. Okay, let's get to this thing. So I'm going to slip my fingers underneath the sides here like this and this. Slide the board game top of the box off, and here you can see some of that light reflecting, whatever. Cardboard inside. We're going to set this to the side over here. And see what we've got here. Okay, so to start with, we have a CMON, free CMON content flyer here for Masters of the Universe stuff. So if you can scan that QR code, fine. I'm going to set that to the side though. Rulebook. Same artwork on here. We're not going to look through the entire book, but we'll kind of flip through it here. The rule book as it stands is 23 pages. It's got a lot of the classic artwork on here. Triclops. I'm just really excited about this. So, very cool looking stuff here. We'll, again, just kind of flip through it a little bit, not looking at every single page, but feel free to actually, we're going to do that here. Let's start at the beginning here. So, here we have chapter list, game components. You're free to pause at any point if you want to look at this a little closer. Introduction, power, character components, game board, setup, round overview, order phase, activation phase, strategy activation, minions, skills and powers. I like the looks of this so far. Skills, the balance of power, controller skills, controller strategy cards, escalation, empowering and unlocking skills, attacks, battlefield, I like that, escape damage, line of sight, terrain, scenarios, player versus AI mode, and a glossary. So, very, very cool looking, very nice rule book here. Next up, we have a scenario book. Again, the same artwork, but we have this different border color on here, so that is very cool. And flipping over to the back here, nice summary in there. So that's a good player aid. Again, 23 pages. We see some of the same artwork it looks like, but we're going to do the same thing. We'll start here. Oh man, I love that particular poster from back in the day. Index. And I'm not reading through any of this because I don't want to have things spoiled, but we've got Rescue, Mountain Brawl, Artifacts of Power, The Relic, Magical Forest, Nexus of Power, Escort, Buried Secrets, Chomp Chomp Chomp, The Siege, The Power, question mark, Power Bowl, Power Reservoir, The Monster in the Lake, Revenge Road, Abyss Mountain, The Floor is Lava, Dungeon Escape, Canyon Ambush, Explore the Dungeon. That's awesome. I really like this here. Alright, moving on. Next up, we actually have the game board itself. Very cool kind of fold out thing here. I don't know if it'll fit all on here, but we're going to see what happens here. I thought this was going to be a double-sided board, but it looks like it's a single-sided board. So that's a little odd, but okay, it is what it is. So we have Masters of the Universe logo up there, some really nice looking border stuff going on here. This nice hex grid with some really nice texturized rock formation-y stuff here. And it is 6 panels in total, so we've got 1, 2, and 3, and then 1, 2, and 3 at the bottom here, but that almost fits on here completely. So that is really awesome, and I do like that. Yeah, so I'm going to fold this back up, but again, on the other side there, it is just black. And I don't know, for whatever reason, I was thinking this was going to be a double-sided board, but I also got the playmat, which I'll do a review of also when I get to it in the pile. I think it is double-sided. Maybe that's what I'm thinking, but this board here, it's nice heavy cardstock here, so very cool looking though, but there's that. Next up, we have a set of tokens. I'm not going to punch these out, but we've got Man-at-Arms, He-Man, Ram-Man, Tila, Orko, Stratos, Skeletor, Evelyn, Trapjaw, Beastman, Triclops, Merman, Prince Adam, an AI, a Prince Adam, Queen Marlena, King Randor, Prince Adam, Cringer. We got these 4 P's, these 4 C's, whatever they are. He-Man Power Swords. And on the back side, it's the same thing, except that AI changes to a +10. And these ones on this side are actually the flag from Grayskull, if you go back that far to the actual Castle Grayskull playset. And then same character art for all the characters there. So still very, very cool. I like that. Next up, this one shifted a little bit out of the tray here, but that's okay. We have, I guess this is the... oh, it folds out too. So black on one side. Our tractor board thing. Again, I haven't played this thing yet, so I don't know exactly how this works, but a nice fold-out dashboard thing here. Pretty cool. Alright. A nice plastic tray here to keep all this stuff sorted and in one place. So I'm going to set that over here with the box. And next up we have plasticky stuff. Excuse me. More tokens. Can we open this now? We can. Are we going to open this now? Yes. Normally I wait and just do a zoomed in view on all this stuff, but this is big enough. We can just take this out of the plastic and look at it. Right? Sure, that's what we're here for. We're here to look at all the components, and that's what these are. So let's get these out of this plasticky bag thing here. Nice. And I'm going to throw that again back here. in the box. Alright, so this is double-sided with different things going on each side. So this first side here, we got some of those purpley looking rocks. Some cool vegetation. We got some pools of water, little pondy things, some like palm tree looking things. These cool fly trap looking things. Some of these weird icons over here. A nice power sword here. Couple more Naruto power thing there, and these things here. Flipping it over on the back, we've got different versions of this terrain stuff. So whatever this is, the cavey thing, more rocky things, more cavey things, pond water things, the Venus flytrap looking thing, our power sword, our Naruto looking symbols. So there's that board. Let's see it over here. Like that, and hope none of that stuff punches out too much here. Next punch board here, more vegetation-y stuff. This is a nice kind of lake-looking thing, more rocks. These things are very detailed as well. I don't know how well we can pick that up, but it looks pretty awesome. I really do like the way they've done this artwork. We got a couple of boulders over here as well. Some more fly trap stuff, some of these symbol-y things. And flipping it over, we've got a whole other set of things. Cave-looking things, purple rocks, boulders, those evil plant-looking things, and these symbol things here. So that says 2 of 3. And this one says nothing. And this one says 3 of 3, so I guess, oh, okay. This punch board is 1 of 3. I can see that down in the corner. So 1 of 3, 3 of 3, 2 of 3. Nice, but standard stuff here. Component-y things. Let's go with this. I guess this is the one of the dashboards here. I don't know if this one is the good guy or the bad guy or the tracker guy, but nice, fairly decent plastic. It's a little flimsy. It shifts a little when you do that, but that's okay. It's got some nice texture on it here. Nice places here to put all of your tracky tokens. I guess we got some cubes here somewhere that we'll look at in a minute. But really nice texture here. It's got that nice kind of Castle Grayskull vibe going on there. If you can see that texture or not, it looks very, very cool. I like that. We do have a tray in here. I'm going to lift the tray out. Just a regular plastic tray here. But inside of that, we've got our, I guess, character boards here. There are 4 of these. They're all the same here. But very nice looking here. It does have the Masters of the Universe logo inside of it. It's got that same rockwork motif going on here, and places for those cubes, I guess, at some point, and for your cards. I will note that there is like a slight layer shift here. So it's got like an indentation down here. So like this part is flat, and then you got a little dip right here, and same thing for these card things here. So that should make it easier to take cards in and out. I don't remember seeing that on one of these CMON board games in the past, so that might be new, but I don't know. Feel free to correct me anytime down there if that's been implemented somewhere else and I just don't remember seeing it. But yeah, so we get 4 of these board things here. Components are all in here. So tell you what, we're going to take this out and look at that in a second here. We also have inside of the box here all of our miniatures, and then that's all that's in this base box. So we're going to stake this and sit this right here, maybe like this temporarily. Put our box. Before I get rid of the box, let's take a look here. We do have artwork going around the base of the box here. So we got more character art here. Merman, Triclops, Hover Robots, Shadow Beast, rotating in here, He-Man, Man-at-Arms, Tila, Orko, Stratos, Ram Man, Eternian Soldier, Royal Guard, Skeletor, Trapjaw, Evelyn, Beast Man. So, very nice there. I did want to point that out before I forgot about it. Okay, moving back to this component case thing here. We got a set of cards. We got a nice holder in here, so I don't know, that's probably a place to put things, but I don't know what that is. I will zoom in and we'll take a look at the cards here in a minute or three, but the larger cards are here. Stick those right there. Then we've got player aids and some more smaller cards here that we will also try to take a look at here in a moment. I will point out that this plastic tray here has a nice little finger slot here that even me and my big mitts can fit my finger in here and pop the cards out. That is cool. I do appreciate that. I know these things are sometimes very difficult to get those cards to pop out of here. So, we've got 2 slots for these cards here, so we're going to pop this out. I'm assuming that there are going to be different cards in here for good guy versus bad guy, and that's probably why we have these 2 slots here. So we'll assume that's the case and fill them out as we go. And it looks like these are big enough. Well, I don't know. It's going to be kind of tight as far as if you sleeve cards. I don't know if this is going to be big enough for sleeved cards. It looks pretty tight in there. I think there's a little bit of wiggle room left and right, but up and down, top of the card, bottom of the card, I think that's going to be pretty tight there. So, may not fit. I'll have to play around with that and see here. We've got a huge bag of marbled looking cubes here. So these are all just kind of gold looking marble. They're about the same size as any other cube, so I don't know if we're going to really pay much attention to them other than to say they're here. Standard cube, and they fit in these little holes like that. So, I don't know what size they are. I don't really know, but I'll find out at some point. But yeah, a big bag of cubes. And I guess that goes here. And then our last thing is our dice. So we have a bag of 3, 6, 9, 12 dice here. We will look at those a little closer here in a moment. But yeah, these are pretty nice here. They are different than the dice that we got as an add-on pack. So, nice. Black with the gold faces etched into them. So, yeah, that's cool. We'll look at those when we zoom in here. But I guess that's about all we got here. So, we've got this plastic tray that looks like it holds about everything. I don't know about the size of the cards. I don't know what this well is for. It's for tokens. Never mind. Punch-out tokens will fit in there, I'm sure. The little ones, not the big terrain type token punch-outs. Those won't fit. But, yeah. Okay. So we don't need to look at those. We'll put those back in here. We kind of looked at all the rest of this stuff. We'll zoom in and take a look at our cards, and then we will move on to our miniatures, which I think is what most people are looking at. I will say, looking at the box though here, it does say on here it's got a top tray loadout here. So here's how all the characters are in the top tray. And when you flip it over, it's got the bottom tray. So that is pretty nice. I like having that reference on the box as opposed to, I know some older ones have been like inside of the core box, which makes it kind of hard to line things up. And then on the side, we have another one of those free content QR codes. So, yeah, that's what we got here. So we'll pause here, readjust the camera to get a close look, and then take a look at all these cards first, and then move to the miniatures last. But yeah, I am really digging this so far. So, yeah, very cool. All right, we got zoomed in here. We're ready to take a look and see what all goodies we got here. So, let's start with the dice here. So we've got big cards, medium cards, and small cards. And then dice. So let's take a look at the dice first, get that out of the way. And then we'll do the miniatures right after this. So, yeah, you can skip forward if you want to, but, okay, I can't get the bag open. What in the devil's going on here? I'm just terrible at getting into bags. There we go. Curse you, Ziploc bag. Alright, 12 dice here. They roll like regular dice do. You shake them and you do that and you see how they do. So, they work. Anyways, we're going to pick this one up, and I think these are all the same. So I don't think we have like good guy, bad guy dices. So, dice. Alright, one side we have this cool bullseye looking thing here. Then we have the power sword. Then we got another bullseye, and then we got the gray skull there. So that's all of those four sides. Then we've got the power sword, power sword, power sword, gray skull, power sword, power sword, power sword. So, do any of these have like double power swords? I don't think so. I think these are all the same. So, they all look the same to me. And I don't think we're going to go through all of these individually. I guess I am, because I just basically did. I don't see any double power swords. So single power sword. So single things on all this stuff. So, yeah. There's the dice anyways. We'll put those over here. Again, these are the black and gold. They look really nice. They feel like regular dice, so I don't really know what to say there. But, yeah, there's dice. They got gray skull. Alright, which cards do we want to go with? Biggest to smallest, smallest to biggest. Doesn't matter. We're going to go with this one. Excuse me. Alright, so let's slice into this card plastic stuff. Alright, so, they are front and back, so we've got, I don't know the difference, so this is AI character, so I guess we're going to have different cards for AI versus player character versus anything else, so, alright, we're going to flip through these, until we get to something that's not an AI character, and so you can pause it here if you want to, just look at things, whatever, but I'm just going to flip through them. I'm going to turn it over like this, to keep them in order, and then we'll flip back through the artwork again in a moment. So, that makes sense? That's what we're doing. So, if you want to see the big artwork, we'll go through it again and you can get that. So, we're just going to stay here. Yeah. And here's the bad guys. Alright, so there's the AI characters. Next up we have, I guess these are going to be the regular player cards. So, again, these are front and back. So we've got big version and then small version. So, this time around we'll go through the big ones and then, yeah, we'll flip back over and see that later. So, He-Man. I really like the artwork on here. I said that before, but I'm going to probably say it a couple more times. these are the mounted ones. So here is Skeletor on Panther and He-Man on Battlecat. So that is pretty cool. We're going to go through these in reverse now and take a look at the backs. So y'all can, again, pause it anytime you want to take a closer look at anything here. But yeah. Back to the AI characters, so just regular character artwork here. Y'all have a favorite Masters of the Universe character? Drop that in the comment section. I'm sure I'll ask you again, but go ahead. Out of this core set, I guess maybe would be a better question, which of these characters that you're seeing is your favorite? I'll even go you one further. I'll give you one pick for the good guys and one pick for the bad guys. Actually, you can say whatever you want to down there, but yeah. Favorite good guy character and favorite bad guy character. So, there is all the larger cards there. Very, very nice looking. Again, it looks really cool. I like the artwork here. So, next card set here is these medium-sized cards, or I guess regular-sized cards maybe would be a better way of thinking about it. And again, I don't know what the size of these cards are for sleeving purposes. I will try to find out what those need to be and maybe do an update video or tag something on at the very end of this to let you know what size each of these cards are. If you are caring about sleeving your cards, there's a website I generally will go to. I want to say it's called Sleeve Your Game or sleeveyourgames.com, which is very cool. You can create a profile. It's free, and it'll tell you what size card sleeves you need for whatever game it is. They don't have every game out there, but they're doing better about adding stuff here, and most of the newer stuff they kind of keep in there, but I'll figure that out. I may put that in the comment section myself here to let you know. But anyway, starting with these cards. So we got player aids, and I don't know, I kind of like doing it what we did before. So let's go through front cards, and then we'll go and hit the back cards after that. It may be easier so we don't have to spend quite so much time flipping and making sure that it's centered on screen and you can read it and things like that. So, and maybe we don't need to because a lot of these are character activations. So, these are the AI cards here. AI rules. Minion cards. Here are some good ones. Shadow Beast. And these are called NPCs. Cringer. Boulder Toss. Deadly Plant. Nice. Alright, so we're going to flip through this again this way. So I guess this is going to be backwards. No, this will be right. So the standard characters, these all have the same kind of design on the back, so we'll just kind of flip through these pretty quick. It's a little bland, to be honest with you, on these, the backs of these. It definitely reminds me of some of the other Dungeons and Dragons board games, in that they're kind of bland on one side, but strategy activation, a slightly different color. Character activations for AI. So I will say it should be fairly easy to keep the cards in a particular order if they need to be that way. So I'm assuming you wouldn't mix character activations and strategy activations and things like that. So the player aids, though, we do have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of those. Funny, because it's a game for 1 to 5, right? So that makes sense. Anyways, there are the cards here, the standard size cards. Next up, we've got the mini size cards. I don't remember what these are technically called, but the miniature cards. And we may not have to go through these twice. I'm going to flip through this side that, yeah, so these just basically say it's the standard, you know, ugly. There's some down here. Not too bad, though. And some down here. So I guess we'll go through these twice as well. I guess we're there, though, aren't we? So why don't we just start here on this side and just flip through these as is. No, that'll be kind of cheating. So let's go this way. All right, we're going to turn these sideways. Is this good enough to, let me just shift this down a little bit here. Try to keep it in focus a little easier. All right, so these are kind of weird. So I'm going to break this deck up like this, simply because it's easier to hold on to them. Yeah, so let's try this here and see what happens. Hopefully it'll stay in focus. I'm really liking some of these names I'm seeing. Oop, I flipped that one. I guess I can flip these back this way. Alright, there's the first stack. We'll jump into the second stack here, and again, I'm trying to keep these things in focus, so I apologize if it gets off. Most of these are repeating themselves, so. But that's because there's players and then controllers. Any player character. Alright, cool. That is the little cards here. So this stack here doesn't have anything special on the back of it other than the ones that say strategy have this nice Grayskull picture on here. So we're not going to flip through all of these again. So we're going to shift them to the side here. But these ones that we have alternate things on the back, we will flick through those real quick here. The strategy ones we don't need to look at. I guess I'm supposed to be flipping these, aren't I? Flip, 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 flip. All right, here are the ones that have actual flavor text. So, and let me get this straightened out here so that y'all can pause this at any point to read through these more in depth. I gotta find a faster way of flipping through these cards. I don't know, is this useful at all? Does anybody care about what these cards actually say, or do you just want to see, hey, there's some cards here? Drop a comment down below and let me know. If y'all don't need to look at every individual card here, maybe I'm just wasting my time trying it, but I don't know, I'm one of those people that like thoroughness, so I prefer to kind of flip through everything. The thought process that I'm using is that if I'm looking for a game and I can't find it, I kind of like just seeing what it would be like if I did have these. And I can kind of make stuff up in my head. How's that? But I don't know, maybe it's just me here. I also use this sometimes to think about, hey, is this something I actually want to purchase? Is there enough content inside of these things, these boxes, to bring me enough enjoyment to go out of my way to spend, you know, whatever, $100, $50, whatever it is. Yeah, so, alright, there is all of the cards. Nice and cardy-like here. And then this one goes on top here, like that. And that's all the cards we got here. So, yeah, what y'all thinking so far? I am digging it. We got to move on to our miniatures next. So, that's probably what everybody's looking for. So, we'll go ahead and get to that real quick here. It's miniature time. It's miniature time. It's miniature time. He-Man. Okay. Alright, it's time for us to take a look at the miniatures we have here. So we looked at the box a couple of minutes ago here. The top, well, the entire thing is just a regular cardboard. It's not like branded too much or anything. But we do have a nice little layout here for the miniatures. Top tray is on the top of this thing. And if we flip it over to the back side, we got a listing for all of the bottom tray. And then on the side, I think we mentioned earlier, we got this QR code here for some free content. So that is cool. I will say, I don't really like these cardboard cases too much. They're kind of flimsy and I don't know. But anyways, to open them, you just kind of pop this out one side or the other. And don't dump them out as you're doing this, but just kind of reach in here, grab them, and pull out the trays. And you see it's empty inside there, so we're going to set that to the side. Miniatures. So we have a total of 1, 2, 3, 4 of these things. So we have a cover for each of the miniature trays. So 2 trays and 2 covers, which is nice. The bottom layer is that black one. So I guess that'll be kind of easy to remember, but so we're going to take the black tray and shift it up here out of camera. And first tray, top tray, pull off the upper lid here. Nice plastic here. It's got these nice little indents here to kind of keep the characters from shifting around, things like that. Very nice. I do appreciate that. Stick that to the side here, and let's take a look here. So we have most of these are like minions. So we've got our hover robots, we've got our Eternian guards, and our royal guardsmen, and shadow beast. So we're going to start, I guess, with these. So it looks like the sculpts are the same on all of the hover robots. So we only have to look at one of those, but we do get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 hover robots. And I'm hoping this will kind of look okay. Am I going to have to dial this down a little bit, maybe? A little bit. But yeah, so hopefully we can do a little spinny thing here. I don't know, is that too low? Not low enough? That's probably going to work. Let's try it there. So very nice details. So looking at the base here, we've got nice little texture around the base itself. The miniatures look really nice here. And then we'll do a little spinneroonie here. Hopefully keep most of it in focus. Nice details. Simon is always really good about doing details here, so I like this. I don't know how close I can get. I can get that close. Can you see? Oop, I just bumped the camera. Is that better? You see that? Yeah, I think I like that a little better. So let's try it a real close-up on these things as much as possible. Nice detail here, though. So there is their hover robots. We've got 2 different sculpts for our... I'm calling these the Eternian guards. I don't remember if... So in my head, the Eternian guards are the ones that don't have the face masks, and the royal guards are the ones that do have the face mask. And I guess I should just look at the dangum. Yeah, so royal guards are the ones with the halberds, and then the Eternian soldiers, not Eternian guards, Eternian soldiers are the rest of these. So it helps if you just read what they're called. So we do have 2 different sculpts for the Eternian soldiers. So here's the first sculpt. We have 4 of these in this style with a nice little mace there. The detail, you get it's a little bit lost in here as far as like the face sculpts and things like that. And again, I don't know how close we're going to be able to get with this because it's that weird flesh color that wants to not really work real well with the lighting in here. So, but let's try this and see here. We're going to spin it around here. So the mace that he's got is a little bent. I do hate that, but it looks like most of them are kind of that way. This one may be a little bit more than the rest. But if you heat it up a little bit, you can probably get that to straighten back out. But not a big deal here. Again, we got that nice little texture on the base here. These things look really cool in person. I don't know if that comes across too well on screen, but I like what I'm seeing here. So I'm going to try to get in close here and do a little bit of a rotation so you can see some of this detail work. These look pretty much like the toys did. If you're into the actual toy line, the Masters of the Universe Origins line is out and has been for a while, but they've done most of these characters in that line here. So they definitely had a Eternian Guards, I think is what they called them, which is probably why I'm not calling them soldiers here. But anyways, the alternate sculpt for the soldiers, 4 of these. I think I like this one a little bit better. But still looks very cool here. And I guess I should have mentioned, I didn't actually think, but before we go too much farther, for comparison, I do have our standard D&D miniature here. So it's the same scale as standard D&D miniatures. The bases are a little bit bigger, but the characters, proportion-wise, which one is this here? This is the Northland Fighter. So kind of a barbarian dude here, fighter dude. So he's about the same size as this guy. So if that helps any with comparison, that's what we got there. So, all right, so there is that one. Then we have the actual Royal Guard here, the one with the actual halberd. Very nice looking as well. Again, nice detail here. A different base on all these things, so they are slightly different. So I like that variability in there. But as far as just spinny here, see this guy spinning, spinning, spinning. Very nice looking. The halberd here doesn't look like it's bending too much. A little bit here at the bottom, but I mean, it's small plastic, so what are you going to do? Yeah, very, very cool there. See if we can get a little bit closer look at that head sculpt. It's about the best we're going to do there. Anyways, I do like that. Very cool. Focus back down here. And then we got 2 Shadow Beasts. These are larger scale. Here's our fighter guys. So these would work really well in like a D&D campaign or something like that. So this one's in a nice gray color, so it works a little bit better with the lighting system. But yeah, nice detail on all this stuff. You can see the fur everywhere. Again, he's got that textured base. I don't know if we can see that or not, but textured base there. There we go. Yeah, this guy is pretty awesome here. If we get in here kind of close. And then try to do a roll around here to get some of that detail. There's his fur. Yeah, really, really cool looking. 2 of those guys. So that is our top row. We'll move on to the bottom row here. We do have plastic bases here. There's only 3. I was thinking there were supposed to be 4, but for whatever reason, I've got 3 bases, but it should be, I guess these are probably going to be a slightly different size than some of the other bases, but I don't have one handy. I was thinking like zombie-side bases and things like that. These are all black, but yeah, no big deal. I'll look at the box here and see how many of those I'm supposed to have. Does it say on here? No, it just says bases. It doesn't say how many. It's all good. So we'll put these back in here, and it fills the entire cavity here, so I don't think we're missing one. So I guess it is just 3. But whatever we have, let's point these out. So these are mostly the regular player characters, or not the minions or anything like that. So we've got Evelyn, Triclops, Merman, Trapjaw, Beastman, Skeletor on Panther, Skeletor, He-Man, He-Man on Battlecat, Stratos, Ram Man, Orko, Tila, and Man-at-Arms. Excuse me. So, good guys, bad guys. I guess we're going to start with the good guys here. Obviously, we're going to go with He-Man first here. So, He-Man, the most powerful man in the universe. He looks cool. His sword looks a little bendy. I may have to see about straightening that out, but he's in the iconic pose of drawing the power sword and holding it aloft. Very cool. He, again, has texture on the base. Nice details. I don't know how best to do a spinneroonie on this one to get all of it. I may have to shift this black out of the way. Does that work? It kind of works. And then we'll go a little closer to get some more detail here. And then closer and closer. Yeah, so as we get closer, you definitely stop losing detail in the face. But you can still see that traditional He-Man head sculpt there. So, yeah, pretty cool looking. Standard all the way around. You can see the straps there on his back. All the muscles. That is cool. Yeah, so there is He-Man. And next up we'll do He-Man on Battle Cat, which is slightly bigger. It looks like it takes up 2 spaces as if you're basing it. This one looks cool. I really like the way they did Battle Cat here. Nice pose. Again, you got some texture there on that base. All of the little details in like the strap there that holds his saddle on. I really want to paint these things now. I kind of wish I'd bought a second set for painting. My biggest issue is that I don't have time to paint things. The head sculpt looks a little bit better on this one here, actually. And there's a little bit closer look on Battle Cat there. Some cool detail all the way around there. You can even see his paw and claws. And that is pretty cool. I like that one. That one's really cool. I like that one a lot. Moving on, I guess we'll go to Stratos next. So he is on his jetpack and flying away. That is cool as well. It's got the nice wings going on, so it's standard Stratos stuff. If you know the character, you know the details are correct. And if you're painting them, then you can paint them either red or blue. So that'll be up to you. Nice detail there in the face there. They've done a really good job of capturing the essence of these character portraits. This one did better, I think, than He-Man as far as the actual head sculpt goes. Very much looks like... It's not one in focus. There we go. Very identifiable as the character Stratos, if you know who Stratos is. Yeah, very, very awesome looking though. There's Stratos. Next up we got Ram Man. This one is a little bit easier to look at because it's a smaller kind of guy. Big and muscly. Lots of cool effects going on around. He's got his cool axe. Yeah, I'm really digging this one. Let's see if we can get a little closer up. You can see that skull in his belt buckle. Always liked that. One of the few heroic warriors that had a skull on. Yeah, there's the legs, so it looks like the toy that we remember. So they did a really good job on this, so I'm really happy with that. Why is this not focusing? Focus. There we go. There was Ram Man. Get him back in here. Next up we have Orko. again, they really did good. They really did a good job on capturing these characters. I really do like that. He's even got his little wand there. So, and this is not working out nearly as well as I had hoped. But you can kind of see the detail there. But yeah. So there is Orko. Get Tila next. So first off, I can then see that I don't really like the head sculpt on this one, but again, it's really hard to get kind of generic looking head sculpts on these things. So I guess the more specific you can get, so like with Stratos, he has a very distinct head shape. Tila, not so much, so it doesn't quite work as well on this one, but it still looks pretty cool. She's got the costume, the sword, the shield. Very nice looking there. Again, I don't know. Can we see a little bit of detail like that? Yeah, we can kind of see a little bit of detail. These do look really great in person. And, I apologize that the camera is shifting in and out of focus here. These are really tiny, so I don't know. Might not have been the best idea for me to try this, but alright. Last good guy we got is Man-at-Arms, and I will say up front, I don't know why he's got that gun there. He needs his, well, I know why he needs his mace, but I think they were trying to make it so that he looked different enough from the Eternian guards or the Eternian soldiers so that he stood out, so they gave him a different weapon. But I like the mace. The gun looks cool though, but not my first choice for Man-at-Arms. I know what y'all are thinking. Is he mustachioed or is he not mustachioed? And it looks like he is mustachioed. Can you see that? It's going in and out. I can't hold still. So yeah, mustachioed Man-at-Arms. If you're painting it, you have the option to not paint the mustachio. And anybody that's wondering what the devil that's about, so in the cartoon he had a mustache. The original toy did not have a mustache, so there was a little disconnect between the toy and what we saw on the cartoon itself. So that's all we're talking about there. Moving on to the bad guys, we have Skeletor up first, and this one hopefully is the gray, so we shouldn't have nearly the trouble we had with the brighter colored ones. Skeletor looks awesome. He's got that awesome Havoc staff. That's not wanting to focus. There we go. Very cool looking Havoc staff. I like this one a lot. How close can we get with this one? Yeah. That is Skeletor, alright. That is really cool. Sorry, I shifted out and it lost focus again. So, anyways, there is Skeletor. It looks really awesome. Next up, we have Skeletor on Panther. I'm really happy with this one as well. Like I say, I'm a Masters of the Universe fan, so I'm going to be a little bit more lenient on this stuff because it's an IP that I really do like. But if I didn't like it, I'd still say these are really awesome miniatures. So, I am biased, but I think they did a good job regardless. Some really nice looking detail there on Panther. Nice job on Skeletor as well. I did a terrible impersonation right there. So, Skeletor on Panther. Very, very cool looking. We'll stick him back in here. Next up, we've got Trapjaw. I like this character design a lot. His little hook is hanging off his belt here. So, he's got his cool gun, his claw, and his hook. So I'm really happy with that. He's also got the little Skynet hook on his helmet. Really awesome here. Get a little closer in there to see that cool iron jaw there. Cool skull buckle. There's that claw. There's that hook. There's that gun. Yeah, this is Trapjaw. Very, very cool looking there. I like that a lot. Alright, putting him back in here and moving on to Mr. Beastman right above him. I think Beastman does not get nearly enough credit that he deserves. But this sculpt kind of speaks for itself. It's really, really awesome here. The only thing nope. So if I look really closely, you can see in his kind of fur right here, that little cross symbol, which is on his figure and things like that. So yeah, I like that. So yeah, I'm losing focus again. I like this one a lot here. This one looks like Beastman. When they put him into the cartoon form, they had to simplify him a lot. And I think they lost a lot of this really cool design for this character when they simplified him for animation. So the movie did a decent job of showcasing the character design, but they didn't really show the character much at all in the movie. So Merman is next. This one's a little bit simpler, but still looks really great. He's got that great merman head there. So this is the original toy version of Merman, not the concept drawing head of Merman or the cartoon head version of Merman, which again was different than what we got in toy form. He's got his cool like corncob looking sword. This one is awesome. I like this one a lot here. Alright, next we got Triclops with his cool sword. Where'd my focus go? Get back here. Triclops. Awesome broadsword here. Spin him around while we still can. This one is a really good representation of the character as well. He's got his eyes don't spin on this version, but see if we can get a little closer to see some of that. So there's that one eye, second eye. If we go around, kind of see the third eye. I'm losing focus too much, sorry. Yeah, not really going to focus in too well on that. So still very nice looking here. It ended up doing really good there. Again, there's only so much you can do with these small miniatures. So lastly, we have Evil Lynn, the female bad guy. And Evil Lynn shares a lot of the same design principles with Teela. So you can definitely see that here. I think they did a little bit better job on the head sculpt here. If we can get in a little closer there so it's a little bit better. It may kind of still probably could have been a little bit better, but overall, not bad. Her arm may look a little short, but yeah, I'm nitpicking at that point, so where'd my focus go? Get back here. So yeah, very cool looking character here. And there we go. That's the last of the core set here. So we'll go ahead and put this back on here. Lots and lots of cool characters here. Lots of great miniatures. I'm really digging this. There we go. That is the Masters of the Universe, the board game, Clash for Eternia. All the components in the core box. So what are y'all thinking here? I'm really digging it. I like everything I saw. The miniatures look really awesome. There's a couple that maybe could have used a little bit more work, but again, they're working at such a small scale, it's easy to forgive them. But overall, I think they did a great job of capturing the feeling of the original kind of cartoon toy line as well. I'm really happy with how that turned out. I'm looking forward to seeing some of the other expansion sets and things like that, the stretch goals and things like that. But for the board game itself, I'm really liking what I'm seeing here. So I am interested in what you think about it. So drop some comments down below. Let me know what your thoughts are. Did you back this game? Did you not know about it? Are you looking forward to maybe picking it up at retail? Anyways, that's all the time we've got for today, so thanks for watching as always. If you haven't already, feel free to subscribe to the channel, give us a thumbs up, thumbs down, whatever you want to do. I'm not going to ask you to ring the notification bell, because lately I've been a little slack on getting new content out, so, but you're welcome to if you want to. I am going to try to get better at it for this, the rest of the Masters of the Universe, the board game. I'm going to try to get these all knocked out in a row and then get them uploaded a day or two apart. So the plan is to go through all of the entire all-in Kickstarter pledge with each individual component dissected like we just did in this particular game, and so y'all know what to expect if you didn't pick it up when it kickstarted. So yeah, thanks for watching. I probably said that already. Yeah, I don't know how to close this one out. So, I have the power. I don't know. Thanks again. We will check you all in the next video, so stick around for that one. Be on the lookout for more awesome videos coming down the pipeline. If you'd like to see anything in if you'd like to see anything in upcoming episodes, drop me a line, let me know. I'll see what I can do to get it out in front of y'all. Be looking for that new content coming down for the rest of the Clash for Eternia board game for Masters of the Universe. Till next time, game on.